Hey guys, neighborhood picks. We're a couple drafts in that we had already, but we got another big draft coming Thursday and Sunday for me and my boy. So I don't want to talk about the draft too much until we're all done. But looking at the team, FanDuel, DraftKings, team player over unders. If I knew how much there was, I would have started 2 weeks ago. We could literally go every day for the next 2 months if we had that much time to go over them. Today, I want to go over rushing props yards for the quarterbacks. I've never seen so many quarterbacks set at 300, 400, 600. So I wanted to go over the quarterbacks listed with all the running backs. There's like 6 or 7 quarterbacks and all the other running backs for rushing props. The first one listed is Daniel Jones for the Giants. He's supposed to be very fast and a great athlete. Daniel Jones is at 325. I'm just don't fumble the ball. I'm not worried about his rushing yards. I just don't want him to screw up. That one I wouldn't touch. Jalen Hurts. Now, I kind of realize why people are jumping on him in fantasy. Jalen Hurts is over under for rushing yards is 675. So if he throws for 3,000 or 4,000 and he exceeds that and rushes for 700, 900, that's going to be some fantasy season no matter what. Jalen Hurts at 675 is high. I didn't realize it would be that high. Justin Fields for the Bears over under rushing yards is 500. Now, the Bears aren't so good. Fields is at 500. That's a lot of yards. That's a lot of yards. The little guy for Arizona, Kyler Murray, he's at 500. He's always scrambling. I don't know what I would like there. I think it's really weird seeing that. Lamar Jackson, everybody's questioning Lamar Jackson if he's a top 10, this and that. He's playing for a contract. He's betting on himself. The last guy that bet on himself was Aaron Judge. How's he doing? He just hit his 50th homer last night. We're still in August. He's about to go break the American League record. Lamar is not negotiating once week one starts. He's balling out this season. His over-under rushing yards is set at 900. This guy's set for another 4,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards on the ground. If he comes out like Lamar, healthy, he looks yoked up this year. He looks good. I kind of like Lamar to come back over. Patrick Mahomes, Mr. Fat Ass, likes to scramble all over the place. He looks thinner this year. He's at 300. Just for his scrambling alone, he'll probably get over 300. He's not a speedster or anything, but he should get over. Where's Josh Allen? They don't have Josh Allen on here? Oh, here's Josh Allen. Josh Allen, total rushing yards for the season, 525. Man, they say he's a cyborg. I don't know if he's going over that. The more Josh Allen runs, the more dangerous it is. I don't want Josh Allen running that much. So those are tricky. Those are tricky. Let's look at some of the good backs that we like. Total rushing yards regular season. 1,000 yards. Let's see. Now, remember, last year we only had 7 guys that made it to 1,000 yards. But when they had the 1,000-yard rushers listed on FanDuel, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the favorite. Okay, so they're doing their homework. See, now, guys that you would have to lay more money to win a little bit for the 1,000 yards is Taylor, Henry, Cook, Chubb, Najee, Joe Mixon. It wouldn't be worth it. The first guy that's an underdog is my favorite, Javonte Williams from Denver. He's plus 120 to make it to 1,000 yards. Him and Gordon aren't going to be 50-50 anymore. I really like Javonte Williams to rush for the 1,000 yards. It's plus 120. Who else do you got down the road? Saquon, plus 170 to get 1,000 yards. Never know. Ezekiel Elliott, a lot of money. They have him just going right in the shitter. Plus 220 to make 1,000 yards. Ezekiel Elliott's over-under on yards this year is 800. That's lower. That's the lowest it's ever been. Let me see. A.J. Dillon, plus 270. There's a lot of shit going on. But I wanted to go over the quarterbacks and just mention that we had 6 quarterbacks in the rushing category stats. Now look at this. Everybody values Aaron Jones so much more than A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon over under rushing 750. Okay, where the hell is Aaron Jones? If A.J. Dillon is 750, they gotta have Jones. Okay, they got Jones rushing TDs. They don't have them both. But Jones, if Dillon's 750, that's a lot. They don't have Jones projected more than 750. I guarantee you that. Why don't they have Jones projection? That's shady. They got Dillon, but they don't have Jones. Let me see. Cam Akers total rushing 849. These are just early looks. Dalvin Cook total rushing 1150. Then you got the receiving props. You got guys that you know might not make it health wise, but it's so low. Like Julio Jones, 550. Julio Jones could get 550 in the first month, then tweak a soft tissue and he's gone. But do you take the shot on him? So this is just an early look at the DraftKings, FanDuel, some of the odds. Starting tomorrow and every day after that, I'm going to give my top 10 that I found for the day, whether it's team over-under wins, passing yards, rushing yards. This was just a freelance look to give you guys some nuggets. Deebo Samuel, over-under receiving yards, 925. That's a lot for a guy that runs the ball a lot. Cooper Kupp, 1275. That's a lot, man. A.J. Brown, 1,000 on the nose. Is he definitely going to get it? He should get 1,000. Adam Thielen, 775. I kind of like Thielen if he stays healthy. Ramen Noodle St. Brown. They got him at 850. They're expecting him to come back and be good again. CeeDee Lamb, the new number 1, 1150. That's high. See, if you look at that, you could get some ideas on fantasy. Like, they got Nick Chubb high for over-under yards. I'm going to show you guys. Like, they got Derrick Henry at 1,300, right? They got Ezekiel Elliott at 800. That's what they think of Zeke this year. They got Javonte Williams at 925. Okay. They got Joe Mixon at 1075, right? Okay. Let's look. Najee Harris, 1,100. Okay. Nick Chubb, way down on everybody's board. Where do they have Nick Chubb at? Where the fuck is Chubb? 1,150. They got Nick Chubb for 1,150 yards. So, think about it. Cleveland stunk last year, and Chubb still had a good year. So all this Cleveland's not going to be good stuff. I wouldn't worry too much about that. But we're just tipping the iceberg on the FanDuel, DraftKings team player futures. Those are just a couple player futures that I noticed. We're going to go over the teams over under wins and stuff that we really like. All right, neighborhood picks, like and subscribe.